What's going on, guys? RedGammed here with a quick little intro before this video to let you know that if you haven't checked out my Patreon yet, you really should, because aside from supporting the channel and helping to purchase games that will be featured on this channel, I'm giving out a lot of things that people have been asking for a long time, and one of those is one-on-one training sessions. A lot of people have asked me in the past, can I help train them? Can I help them to improve with Juri? And I'm making that available to some of the higher tier $15 subscriptions to the Patreon. So this is a 1 hour session that you get once per month for only $15, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me. So judge for yourself. Go ahead, check this out. This is the first one that I've done, and there'll be more to come in future. Not all of them, obviously, and if you get one for yourself, obviously that's up to you whether you want to go on the channel or not, but I'm just letting you guys know that it's there. There's a link in the description below. It's up on the screen right now. Head over there, check it out if you want to help support the channel, and enjoy the video. Normally combo by themselves. So what that does is a couple of things.
Time over.
Aside from giving you some decent damage if it connects, what that is that is called a frame trap. Right? A frame trap is, do you know what a frame trap is?
No, that's what I wanted to ask you. I'm like,
okay, I will tell you the secrets of the frame trap. A frame trap is a move that has gaps in it, is a string of attacks. Which has gaps in it intentionally. So normally when you do a combo, that combo will just not let them press buttons in between.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So for example, if you block, just block.
Yep.
Right. So if I did this, you can't press a button between those two moves.
Yep.
Right. Try pressing jab between those two moves. Doesn't work.
Nah, it doesn't work. Tried.
Right, because that is what's called a true block string.
Yep.
Which means it forces you to block the entire time. A frame trap is the opposite of a true block string. It has gaps in it intentionally, which are big enough for you to press a button. But while they are big enough for you to press a button, they are small enough that you'll still get hit.
Okay.
So what that means is that if your opponent is someone who likes to mash buttons during your combo in the hope that they will knock you out of it, they will mash buttons, but they'll get hit for mashing buttons.
Yeah. Okay, definitely.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you want that, yeah.
Because it punishes them for their offense. It teaches them not to try and attack you, which is exactly what you want. So by doing these, so just beat me up some. This is going to be where someone tells us that there's like an online training mode that I've been too lazy to look up. Keep going. Oh, no, I've got it. It's fine. All right, so I'll just activate Raw because we've already shown how you should activate it.
Yeah.
Right, what I want you to do is I want you, this string, I want you to press any button except for a light in this. I want you to block it at the start.
Yep.
And then I want you to press any button but a light between it. So just mash on medium punch, all right?
Yep.
Ready? Start blocking?
Right.
Oh, sorry, whoops, hang on. See how I got hit there?
Yeah.
Frame trap.
Frame trap, right.
So this frame trap is good, but it's not spectacular because 3 frames will beat it. So if the opponent does have a 3-frame button, like a jab, it will cause it to trade, which will stop her momentum, but it'll still hit them, but it won't allow Juri to continue.
Yeah.
But any other button that is not 3 frames specifically or invincible will get beaten out hard and basically will punish them for their offense, and that's why it's so damn good.
Okay.
So you'll see me, if you watch any of my videos when I activate Feng Shui Engine, that is the first thing I do is that string.
Yeah.
So let's give that a try. So I'll beat you up some.
Yep. All right.
Now I want you to, so just do a raw activation. All right, now practice that string some.
So that was...
No, standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, heavy fireball.
Sorry, yep, bit late.
There you go.
All right.
Now you have enough meter left to do another one.
All right.
So Feng Shui Engine will generally, if you're fast, Feng Shui Engine will generally give you 2 combos.
Okay, yep.
As an overall thing. So, and while it's activated, while Feng Shui Engine is activated, also your dash speed is much better. So normally, when Juri, so if you're standing at that edge of the screen, I'm standing at the edge of the screen, it takes stand back at your edge.
Yeah, yep.
Right, just don't move. Yep. So it takes 1, 2, 3 dashes to get to you.
Yep.
Right, activate Feng Shui Engine. Takes 2.
2. Boom. Right.
So Juri gets a lot faster when that's active. So those are basically the primary advantages of it. And because you are good enough at the moment that you can basically do confirms where you can see if they're blocking your fireball store.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can do this string, and if they block it, you can just throw out a low fireball at the end of it to make it safe.
Okay.
So so just beat me up. Yeah. We won't do this too much longer. This is taking a little bit too much time to beat. All right, there you go. So raw activation. Right. So just block this one.
Yep.
All right. So I can throw out a fireball at the end of it to make it safe because he blocked it. If you don't block it, I'll use a meme at the end of it instead to make it do more damage.
Okay. Yep.
Right. So those are your options there. So that's what you really want to do. So what you want to do. So the takeaway from this is for your feng shui engine, you want to do activation. Your bread and butter activation is going to be this. Crouching meme in heavy fireball because that will make you plus as shit when you activate it.
Yep.
Right? And you understand what plus and minus is on block?
Vaguely. Yeah, if you could explain that to me, that would be fantastic as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. So what plus and minus on block is basically what I was talking about before when I said sweeps are minus 12. So this will take a minute to explain. So we'll just let the timer run out.
Yeah.
But essentially, so every move in this game obviously takes a certain number of frames. It takes a certain number of frames to start up.
Yep.
It takes a certain number of frames while it's active, while it's hitting them.
Yep.
And it takes a certain number of frames to recover.
Yep.
Right? Do you follow that?
Yeah, that part I get. Yep.
Okay, so you follow that. So what we're really interested in here right now is the recovery part of that equation, because the amount of time it takes you to recover from a move. So essentially, a move can have a certain number of recovery frames and whatnot, and that's fine. You can look that up for every move. They all have different numbers for the recoveries.
Yeah.
What's really important though is how minus it is, because there is no move in this game which is faster than 3 frames to start up.
Okay.
Right? So there is no move which will come out in less than 3 frames for any character. Right, so 3 frames is your baseline for how fast someone can punish you for a move.
Yep.
Right? So what that means is that any move which is between 0 and -2 on block is completely safe because the fastest move is 3 frames.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sort of. I think I just need a.
All right. Well, because 0 is your baseline, obviously. Whether it's if it's plus, then that means you are actually recovering before they are, so you still have your turn. If it's minus though, if it's minus, you're still recovering after they recover, so they're recovering faster than you, but they are not recovering fast enough. If it's -1 or -2, to be able to hit you because their fastest move comes out in 3.
Yeah.
If they had a 1 frame or a 2 frame theoretically, and you're at -2, then you wouldn't be safe because they can hit you in 1 or 2 frames.
Yeah.
But because the fastest move is 3, then only 1 and 2 are safe.
Yeah. So
does that make sense?
So 1 and 2 frames on block are safe. Is that?
So -1 and -2.
-1 and -2 are safe. Okay.
Okay.
That's where
that's right.
That's where I was getting confused with it, like, because
Yeah. So what it means is basically if I hit you, right, and the recovery is 0. That means we both recover at the same time.
Yeah.
So there is no advantage for either player.
Yeah.
If the recovery is -1 or -2, it means that you recover faster than me, but because your fastest move comes out in 3 frames and not 1 or 2, that means I'm still safe.
Yeah, sorry,
right?
man. You kind of cut out there a little bit. Like.
Okay, so I'll say it again. So if it's 0, that means we both recover at the same time, in terms of frame data. If it recovers in -1 or -2, it means you recover faster than I do, but because your fastest move is 3 frames, you still aren't fast enough to punish me even though I recovered in 1 or 2 after you did.
Okay. I think
So you got that part now?
I think I get that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then on the reverse side of that, if a move is plus on block, what that means is that if it's +1, +2, +3, it means that I recover from hitting you faster than you recover being hit or being in block stun.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
so what that means is, yeah, so if I recover faster than you, that means I can still keep trying to hit you and keep trying to apply pressure.
Yeah.
Alright? So that's how plus and minus works. So the advantage there is that Juri has very few moves that are plus on block. Almost every move that Juri has is minus on block.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of them are -2, which is good because she's still safe. but it doesn't change the fact that because she's mine, she can't apply pressure.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do the cancel, the crouching medium into heavy fireball cancel for activation, I think Juri is. I'm gonna have to check this, and someone will probably correct me on the YouTube video. I think she is +6.
Okay.
So she recovers 6 frames faster than they do.
Yeah, so you can really punish them that way. Well,
So you can really just go to town with whatever button you want to press.
Yeah.
And they have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's why it's so good. All right, I'm going to do, after this match, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm just going to bop it here so when we run out of time, I'll win. I'll switch to Cammy. We've got about 15, 20-ish minutes left.
Okay, cool.
I'll switch to Cammy and give you a little bit of pressure and see how you deal with that.
Righto. I just, yeah. A lot of info to take.
If you have any questions, that's fine. Are you curious about anything? Is there anything you're not clear on?
No, it's all pretty clear. It's just, it's a lot to take in and to put in straight away.
And look, and that's why there's the benefit that this will be going up on YouTube, because you can watch it again later on and be able to get those little bits of information that you can't absorb right now. So I get there is a lot to get here.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm trying to, I know I'm laying a lot on you and I'm trying to explain it as best I can, but yeah, there is a lot to work through. So let's end that. So let's look at Cammy now and just see how you deal with how you deal with pressure with that.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Right, and that strategy with Ryu running away and throwing fireballs, that works for Guile as well. So again, you when Guile throws sonic booms, you just walk into the corner because Guile hates being in the corner.
Yeah. Well, the only trouble I find with that is that like sometimes when I walk or get close to Guile, you'll like just flash kick the shit out of me, and I'll get really frustrated.
And that's fine. Well, we can look at punishes here as well as kind of like a last thing. But let's just grab Cammy here.
Be on guard.
Juri.
Let me hear your sweet scream.
All right. So this is going to be a match.
So this is going to be a little bit more about pressure and seeing how you can deal with that.
Handle it. Yep.
Because Cammy is all about pressure. Because Cammy has many more buttons that are plus on block than Juri does.
Yep.
Because she's designed to, because she has no projectile, because all her buttons are very a lot of them are short, not all of them are kind of short, but she's designed, she has to get in to get her damage. That means she's more advantageous when she does get in.
Yep.
Round 1. Fight.
Double sweeps. Double sweeps. That's good. No, not good. Good idea. I can do it too. Oh no, my knee timing sucks.
Yep. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, beautiful.
So she's very much in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
And I just gotta remember how to actually play this character because it's been a little while since I played it. That's fine. I'm good there.
Oh.
I keep getting hooligan formation instead of spiral.
Oh, not what I wanted to do.
There we go. Spiral arrow.
Oh. Boy.
So you're pressing buttons a lot on wake up when you get nervous.
I do that. Yeah, I tend to.
Yeah. So pressing buttons on wake up is really terrible. There's really only 2 options that you have on wake up in this game. One of them is to do an invincible reversal, which Juri does have. She does have her EX DP, which is completely invincible. Or you block. Those are your 2 options. You can. Some people say the third option is throw, and my argument against that is that throws are actually better to. It's better to take a throw than it is to take a combo.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about that, then yeah, don't be.
Ooh.
I don't have it combo.
Nah, that wasn't powerful enough. I did. Yeah, I did catch that. You were talking about DPs and how if someone DPs you, you should punish them after that with the heavy.
Yeah. So you can use stand heavy kick as a crush counter.
Yeah.
So Cammy is a lot more terrifying in terms of pressure because she has a lot of moves that are safe. So that double knee that I do with Cammy,
yeah,
that's -2, which means that I can't press a button afterwards, but it also means I'm safe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, I just need to focus on blocking when getting pressure.
Yeah. So you want to use, so in situations like that, you can also use the V reverse. I've seen you do that.
V reversal.
Yeah. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use V reversal because Juri's V trigger is only 2 bars. If you do 1, you'll get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So I don't like to use it that much, but you know there are times where I will use it because I'm just sick of dealing with pressure.
Oh.
Yeah, she's sneaky. Cammy has like the same thing as Juri does, but basically better.
Yeah. Well, she's a
because Juri's is unsafe on block. It's massively unsafe, whereas Cammy's is actually -2, so it's safe.
Yeah.
The only difference is that Cammy's doesn't go as far as Juri's does. So in situations like this, when you've got a character who's very aggressive, you want to use that to your advantage by basically spending the whole round running away from them.
Okay.
Because if a so just don't worry, I'm not going to attack you here.
Yeah. Okay.
So if a character like Cammy who has no projectiles, she has to get in to get her damage, right?
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is actually go to her and make her life easier by going to her.
Yeah.
You want to make her work for that damage. You want to make her earn her keep.
Yeah.
So in situations like that, you want to try and frustrate Cammy and other characters like Zangief, Alex, things like that, where they have to chase you down. Make them chase you down. Make them come after you. And don't be afraid to use V-Skill because in situations where they're getting frustrated and trying to like dash after you, they'll probably get hit by V-Skill. V-Skill is unsafe. But it's a little bit tricky. V-Skills is funny in that it's very unsafe, but because it lands so far away from them, it is tricky to punish unless they know specifically what the punish is.
Yeah.
So the worst you'll probably eat is a sweep.
Yeah.
If they block it. So I want you to try and run away from me and try and make it hard, like make me chase you down.
All right.
All right? Because I'm gonna come after you here. There you go. You're out of the corner. Now I gotta chase you down again.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, you're running away. Now I'm taking damage. I don't like that. I want to try and get in. Yes, that's good. Because the more you damage me, the more crazy I have to get to try and catch you.
Yeah. Now I'm in the corner.
Ah, I dropped my combo. That was good. You had a good start, but you got cornered and you didn't, and you got stuck in the corner. So you got to work on that.
Yeah.
So when you're in the corner, there's a trick. Well, it's not a trick, right? It's again, it's kind of like the same thing as when you're walking someone down and being very cool. Last thing you want to do when you're in the corner is panic.
Yeah.
Right, because that is the absolute worst thing you can do. When you're in the corner, be calm, be cool, be prepared to block. And be prepared to look for an opening to get out.
Yeah.
Whether that opening is by attacking them, whether that opening is by dashing up and doing your activation of V trigger because they're not blocking low, or whether it's trying to jump over them.
Yeah.
But just be cool and just accept. Okay, I'm in the corner. I have to get out, but I don't have to rush it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's try and work on that a little bit here, and let's see how we go. Okay, you're in the corner.
Yeah.
I threw you out of the corner, so I did you a favor.
Oh.
Oh, I keep getting fucking hooked into my back.
Ah.
So you're in the corner?
Yep.
Okay. What are you gonna do? You're blocking, which is good. How are you gonna get out? What's your escape plan? Get a fireball store. Get a fireball store. Alright? Get a heavy fireball store.
Yep.
Right, I want you to when you think it's safe, I want you to dash up and do your crouching medium into heavy fireball into V trigger.
Yep, okay.
All right. So you have 10 seconds.
Well, not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do either.
The pressure is getting to him.
Oh no.
Okay, you almost had it. You almost had it.
Yeah, and this is one thing. Like, yeah, my inputs. Sometimes I don't get them all the way. All
No,
right.
it's cool. Like pressure is a beast.
It is.
Like learning to like not get put on tilt, which is what people call it. When you get put on tilt, that's when you can't. When you drop all your combos, you can't remember your moves. Everything goes out the fucking window because your brain turns to mush. Right? It's a skill not getting put on tilt, and it'll take It takes time to learn it. You can't rush it.
Yeah.
Right. So don't fret too much about that. It will come in time. The more confident you get, the more competent you get, the easier it will be to not get put on tilt.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
That's right. You had the right idea, but I was out of range.
I'm just gonna try and stay away.
Okay, you're running away, but you've got no game plan. You're just putting yourself in the other corner.
Nope.
Right, now you have 48 seconds, so give it a try now.
Alright. Oh, wait.
I want dash up, do crouching medium kick into heavy fireball. There you go. You got it, but you did it a little bit late, but that was the right idea. Yeah. So that's a really good way to get out of the corner if you think you can pull it off.
It's to activate
because when you're in the corner, just stay in the corner. Just stay in the corner.
Yeah.
When you're in the corner, if people are hanging around this kind of distance, if they're trying to bait a wake up out of you,
yeah,
what they'll do is they'll hang around this kind of distance to try and make you do it, which is like the perfect distance to just dash up and do that. It won't work all the time. Sometimes they'll just press a button and just beat you out of it, which sucks. But that is one way to like get out of the corner. The other way to get out of the corner is, like I said, you have to look for an opportunity to jump out, or you have to look for an opportunity to if you want to risk it, you can try and V-skill out.
Yeah, but that's very risky if you don't have the stall for it, though.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I don't do it too often.
Yeah. And you're gonna get it. I don't know, my mini timing sucks if you can pull off a back heavy kick. Oh my god.
Yep.
Real sweeps.
Yeah, I gotta stop doing that. But actually, I was watching old videos of mine, of my matches, and I do that. I actually counted how many times I did that in a match. I think the most I did it was like 20, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop doing that.
Like I said, they are -12. So if -2 is safe, how unsafe do you think -12 is?
Very unsafe.
Exactly.
Oh.
Oh man, my anytime is so off. You're getting lucky, bro. See that?
Oh, nice. Wake up.
It would have chipped you anyway.
Yeah. I did that to one Ryu the other day. He got really cocky and rage quit.
Oh yeah, rage quits are always fun. Also, another thing that you should do, Juri standing meme kick. That is a fantastic button to just throw out randomly. It is spectacular. Like, look at the range on it. Yeah. Look how far away from it. Like, if you want to do random sweep, throw that out instead, because that is essentially not punishable. It is minus, but because it pushes them so far back, there's virtually nothing they can do to punish it.
They can do. Yeah.
There's a couple of characters, Sakura and Ryu, if they know specifically what the punish is, they can, but aside from that, no one can do it. And you'll see me use it. If you watch any of my Juri videos, I spam that button constantly.
Yeah.
And even at platinum level, people can't punish it.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're tempted to do sweep, throw that out instead, because it's like Cammy here. Like, Cammy has a very similar button in her same mean kick, and look at how I can just harass you with this thing. Like, it's so annoying. And what can you do about it? Nothing.
No. You have to block it and take it. Or do that.
Yeah. You can do a sweep because sweeps have priority, but you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, nice camera spike. Oh.
That was really fun. Actually, I think I said before the Cammy's spin knuckle is -2. It's actually +2. I forgot, so it's even better. It's kind of stupid. All right, we'll do one more, and that's going to be pretty much the hour. So what I want you to do in this round is have a little bit more of a game plan for how you're going to try. Like, running away is good, but running away without a plan is bad. So try to think of, like, what I want you to do is I want you to do hit and run. I want you to, like, hit, like, go in with a couple of buttons and get out. Then go in with a couple of buttons and get out.
Okay.
All right, there you go. You got some. Yep, you got your damage. Now get out. Good, you're out of the corner. There you go. Hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run. There you go, baby. Now look at the damage piling up already. And I gotta chase you down. I gotta chase you down. Stop doing sweeps.
I'm sorry. It's just like in my brain.
I know. It'll take a while to unlearn. There you go. Hit and run, baby. And that's what Juri really excels at, is that hit and run game style. Look at this. You're building up a huge life lead because you're just getting a little bit of damage and running away.
Damage and running away.
Yeah.
Oh, not what I wanted. I was trying to store it, but I forgot. It doesn't store on V trigger.
Oh, you got so lucky that the magic pixel saved you. The magic pixel, very good. All right, well, we'll keep going. We'll get some more rounds here. See how that was plus, that I could actually do that and press a button afterwards and you go hit? Yeah, this is good. This is all good. I don't know how you beat up my bullet knee there, but whatever. Okay, yeah, invisible reversal. That's good. Good, that's good. That's good. Gets the pressure off. Especially a move that's plus. If you know a move is plus and you stop them from being able to use anything to follow up with it, that's good.
Oh, bull.
It's plus.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now you're starting to understand what plus means.
Plus
it means you can't press a button.
Yeah. No, plus on block, don't press anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Just take it.
Exactly. Just accept the fact that they're going to press another button afterwards and be ready to block that as well. That's fine. You do two same aim kicks is fine. Also, camming spiral arrow is actually very nice on block, so if you block that, you can punish it.
Okay.
Well, everything she has is plus.
Oh, yeah, I thought, like,
just most of it.
Because, like, reading a lot of forums and, like, a lot of top-tier players and everything like that, they, Cammy's like these moves kind of thing, because she's just
oh, she is great. She has so many options for approaching someone, and like she has so many buttons that are plus on block. It's sickening. but that is not one of them. So there you go. So okay, so key takeaways from today's session that I want you to. You can go ahead and watch this video obviously later. I'll probably break it into 2 parts, but you can watch this later and obviously go over this and re-absorb the information. But
Yep.
no sweeps.
No sweeps. Yeah, we gotta stop doing that.
Sweeps are off the table from now on.
Yep. No.
All right, because they are a bad habit. I did them to you a few times because I knew you'd get hit by them, because by the way you're standing, but you should, at your level, I want you to stop doing them.
Yep.
So do as I say, not do as I do.
Yeah, okay.
That's the
Yes,
first
Dad.
thing. That's the first thing. Second thing, standing medium kick is your new button that I want you to use when you just want to harass someone.
Yep.
All right, because that is is exceptionally good. Is one of the even though Juri is commonly considered to be one of the worst characters in the game, that most people agree is actually one of the best buttons in the game.
Yeah, okay.
Ironically, she's just so bad in every other area, it kind of balances out.
Oh, well,
So
yeah.
So no sweep, standing medium kick. Third thing, crouching medium kick, heavy fireball, V trigger activation.
Yep. Crouching medium, heavy fireball, V trigger activation.
Yep.
We're gonna write that down somewhere.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're writing it down, so I'm giving you time to write it down. That's fine.
Yeah. I'll
Right,
just
fourth thing.
put it on my notes on my phone.
Yep, that's fine. Once you got that, fourth thing, when V trigger is activated, you do standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, heavy fireball.
Stand, knee kick, standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, fireball.
That's right. That is your basic go-to combo, because that way, if it hits, you can do medium fireball afterwards for a little bit more damage, and if they block it, you can do light fireball to make it safe, because light fireball is -2.
Yep. Heavy fireball. Ball. And the combo for V trigger activation is medium.
Crouching medium,
Crouching medium.
heavy
sorry.
fireball. Yeah, V trigger activation, crouching medium, heavy fireball, V trigger.
Crouching dot MK.
Yep.
Heavy fireball.
Yep.
Fireball. V trigger. And that's good for pressure. Yep.
That is excellent for pressure, because, as I said, I'd have to check, but I think you're +6 on block.
Okay.
You're definitely plus. I just can't remember. It's +6 or +7. I forget exactly which one it is.
And the combo in V trigger is standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, fireball.
That's right. And then the last two more things. One is when they are running away from you, and throwing fireballs, you want to walk them down.
Walk down.
Yes, walk down, or use V skill, which we covered. Like I said, you do your V skill, you get another one right away. Those are your 2 options.
Yep. And no sweeps.
And yep, no sweeps. There's that. What was the other thing that I wanted to say? Oh yeah, anti-airs is either stand heavy punch or crouching heavy punch.
Yep.
Those are your 2 anti-airs. Like they're a really good habit to learn now, because you will never not be in a situation where anti-airs are something that you can use.
Yep.
There will always be they're a tool that you always need to have at the ready, and I need to actually work on them more myself.
Okay.
Because I didn't learn them early like you're learning them early now. So you got to work on that.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that about covers the main points that we talked about. So.